I'm David Sobel. Whether you hire a real estate agent to help you sell or buy a home, the relationship you have with your agent can have its challenges, especially in the fast-paced business of real estate sales, which by its very nature involves significant financial and emotional pressure. Many variables impact the success of a real estate transaction, and most sellers and buyers have their agents to thank for getting their deal to the closing. But what happens when a real estate agent is really not up to the task? They're inexperienced, they're non-responsive, or they're just poor at sales. How do you fire a real estate agent who fails to perform or meet your expectations? Well, beyond the personal relationship between agent and client, there is the legal relationship to consider. It's created and regulated by a written exclusive real estate agency agreement. For a seller, this is most often called an exclusive listing agreement. For a buyer, the agreement is referred to as an exclusive buyer's agreement. In both types of exclusive agreements, the agreement is unlike having a written agreement with any other service provider, such as an attorney, a builder, or even a roofer. Except for an agent's unethical conduct, one cannot just terminate the real estate agent or change to a new agent and then move on with the business of selling or buying a home. The sales agreement is an exclusive arrangement, meaning that the real estate agent represents the buyer or seller only, and that the parties are bound or obligated to each other for a specified time in the contract. These agreements do not allow a seller's or buyer's unilateral withdrawal from the exclusive agency agreement. The key enforcement provision in an exclusive agency agreement is called the real estate agent's protection period. Essentially, the agency protection period acts as a financial deterrent against sellers and buyers from circumventing or going around the real estate agent and undermining the agent's sales efforts. The protection period has a time frame, and usually that's 180 days, where agents are entitled to their real estate commission for the sale or the purchase of a home. So how then can an unhappy seller or buyer terminate their business relationship with their real estate agent when the protection period is defined in the real estate contract? So the first thing that one can do, you can obtain a mutual release. And this means that both parties to an exclusive agency agreement must agree to a written mutual release. Only with a written release can a seller or buyer avoid paying a real estate agent their commission under the protection period. A mutual release is easier to secure when the real estate agent's conduct is unethical or inappropriate. Lying and misrepresentation are good causes for their dismissal, but a mutual release is usually difficult to obtain. So what's the next best thing that can happen? Well, the parties can work with a real estate agent's real estate broker. So every real estate agent works under and is responsible to a real estate broker. So if you're unhappy with your real estate agent services, but you still want to move forward with either selling or buying a property, then it's best to speak with the agent's broker. The broker has the authority to change agents or to amend contract provisions or even issue the written mutual release that you were looking for initially. Finally, parties can let the contract expire on its own terms. Plans change, and when it may have been a good idea to list or buy a home, a buyer or seller may decide just to stay put. In such case, the parties can let the contract expire on its own terms. However, should something change later in the near future, remember that the protection period provision will protect the real estate agent's right to their commission on average of 180 days. So you see, you can legally terminate the real estate agent, but be mindful of the agreement's protection provisions. And before you engage a real estate agent, it is best to review the exclusive listing agreement or buyer's agreement with a real estate attorney who may suggest, among other things, just a limited or shortened protection period. Don't be dissuaded by a real estate professional who tells you that you do not need an attorney to review their exclusive listing contract. Contracts have legal consequences, and it's far cheaper to call an attorney before signing. After all, it's a small price to pay when thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars are at stake. I'm David Sobel, and if you have any questions, you're definitely welcome to give me a shout, especially when you're looking to legally terminate your real estate agent. And again, be mindful of the agreement's protection provisions. And before you engage a real estate agent, review the exclusive listing agreement with a competent attorney. Thanks for watching.